With the PlayStation Store running two major PSN sales right now, in today's video I want to highlight 10 awesome deals that are available right now. We did a video earlier taking a look at some of the very cheap open world games, so you can check that video out. We're not going to be mentioning any of those games again. However, there's a litany of other deals available and I do want to give them the proper attention they deserve. So with there being two sales, a PlayStation Store Essential sale as well as the Big in Japan sale, I've taken 5 games out of each of those sales. We'll cover the Essential sale first, since I know some of you guys don't really want to deal with Japanese games or whatever the case may be. But without further ado, let's get right into it and let's take a look at some of the deals as a part of the Essential sale. So Ratchet and Clank is 25% off for $14.99. This was released all the way back in early 2016, so I imagine even though it was a very well-received game, some of you guys may have missed out on it. It was a PlayStation Plus freebie, I think in March of 2017 or 2018 as well, but that's a long time ago. Many of you guys probably have yet to check it out, and Ratchet and Clank is an awesome game. Yes, it's a remake of the very first Ratchet and Clank title, however, it is not a simple remaster or anything like that. This is a ground-up remake that looks incredible, and it blasts onto the PlayStation 4, and this is its only PS4 release, and you've got elements from the original Ratchet and Clank. It's got the great platforming, great presentation, zany weapons and enemies. However, it does add some new elements in there as well, and it's as compelling of an experience as Ratchet and Clank ever was. Hopefully, I know Insomniac is busy with a lot of Spider-Man. However, I think there's a big appetite, I should say, for Ratchet and Clank going forward. There have been rumblings about a new Ratchet game. Hopefully we see that on the PS5, but for now, definitely check out the PS4 iteration. It is fantastic. Next up, another game that released early on the PlayStation 4. However, I imagine the majority of you guys already own it, but if you don't, Uncharted 4: A Thief's End, 25% off for $14.99 as well, is tremendous. It honestly surprises me when people talk about the best PS4 exclusives. They usually gravitate towards God of War, even I would say Horizon Zero Dawn, more so than Uncharted 4, and that is shocking to me. Maybe that's because Uncharted 4 is a little bit older at this point, but man, it holds up just as well. The presentation, pacing, gameplay, storytelling, all of those elements are so well done in Uncharted 4, and it creates a remarkable experience. Obviously, it's visually stunning, and even if you haven't played the first 3 Uncharted games, you can still enjoy Uncharted 4 thoroughly, but I would recommend you to play Uncharted the Nathan Drake Collection. Those games are excellent as well, and for $14.99, I think Uncharted 4 is a great buy right now, so definitely give that a look. Another major PlayStation 4 exclusive that, surprisingly, I see a lot of people in the comments section tout in our videos, hey, I'm waiting for this game to go on sale, and that is Bloodborne. The Complete Edition bundle is 50% off for $17.49. This includes Bloodborne, the full game, as well as the Old Hunters DLC expansion for $17.49. That is a great deal. If you're picking up Bloodborne now in 2020, I would highly recommend you to just get the Complete Edition bundle. The Old Hunters adds a decent bit of content, and the base game is so good that it is a must-own title on the PlayStation 4. This is one of those games that I consider to be a true system seller and the first system seller on the PlayStation 4. Yeah, you had a couple of good games before it, Until Dawn, Infamous Second Son, and so on and so forth. But as far as exclusives go, I really thought Bloodborne was the first true system seller and marquee experience, and it was a phenomenal game with the DLC, even better, and I would give that a strong recommendation. Next up, we've got Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2 bundle for $15.99. Resident Evil is really in the news cycle right now, however, it's more so due to the excellence of Resident Evil 2 as well as the upcoming release of Resident Evil 3, and even more so maybe Resident Evil Resistance. However, Resident Evil Revelations was a fantastic game that was originally released on the Nintendo 3DS, and then it was later remastered onto other platforms. So when you're going into Revelations, do keep your expectations in line from a technical standpoint. However, it's still a very, very enjoyable game, and Revelations 2 is excellent as well. That was released as an episodic adventure. Both games are really good. They're two of the unsung gems in the Resident Evil franchise, but I think they are both games worthwhile to play, and $15.99 for the both of them is really good. That's essentially $8 a pop for each of the game, and that's pretty good for Revelations 1 and 2. Yeah, at a full, $39.99, $49.99, maybe they weren't worth it, but at $8, definitely worth to play Revelations 1 and 2. Lastly, from the Essential sale, I do want to give a shout to GreedFall. GreedFall was one of the surprising great games of last year. It came out back in September of last year, right around the time of some other heavy hitters, so it went a little bit under the radar, but I thought Spiders did a really good job with GreedFall, which is a very well-made RPG. I would say that the game is very, very in tune with the core RPG mechanics, and from that standpoint, I think it's done really well. Is it perfect? No. The visuals aren't anything to write home about. However, the narrative is relatively strong, and you've got some decent gameplay in there as well. And I think from a Spider standpoint, their games have been getting better and better. They aren't really known in the game development world, but I think they're one major game away from breaking out. Technomancer had an interesting setting. I thought Mars Warlogs was pretty good, and I thought GreedFall was without a doubt their best game thus far. If they can continue to build upon their successes, I think they could be one of the standout RPG developers in all of gaming. And for that old school traditional RPG style of gameplay, they do that rather well, and I thought GreedFall was a clear indication of that. Maybe at its initial $49.99 price point, it was a little bit much, but now 40% off for $29.99, definitely worth a buy at this price point. Alright, so those are the 5 deals as a part of the Essential sale. Some other great deals are available in the Big in Japan sale. You guys know I love me some Danganronpa. Any chance I get to talk about Danganronpa 1 and 2, and I'm going to take it. 50% off for $19.99. Danganronpa 1 and 2 are phenomenal games. Danganronpa in general is tremendous. They're visual novels that are light on the gameplay, and yes, they look a little bit zany, look a little bit wacky initially, but give these games 30 to 45 minutes, and I guarantee you it'll absolutely hook you, and that's in Danganronpa 1. In my opinion, Danganronpa 2 is an even stronger game, and that says a lot because Danganronpa 1 I thought was a thrilling experience filled with twists and turns and some of the best storytelling and plot twists that I've seen in a video game. Danganronpa just does it exceptionally. I can try to explain the game. You're locked into this school and you're forced to play this killing game. The story unfolds. It's not like you're killing anyone, rather it's more of a murder mystery of uncovering who is the killer, and Danganronpa just is an insane story. I don't want to get too much into it because there are a lot of spoilers, but I'm telling you, from the first hour or so of the game, you're going to be absolutely hooked, and to get both games for $19.99, that's a steal. Next up, I want to give a shout to the Kingdom Hearts all-in-one package, 70% off for $29.99. Look, Square Enix is going to try to milk another Kingdom Hearts release next month with the Kingdom Hearts all-in-one physical edition that's going to be released at $59.99. Get the hell out of here. Kingdom Hearts all-in-one package is 70% off for $29.99 right now, and includes everything you're going to get out of that version, but digitally, you get Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 and 2.5, Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue, and then you do get Kingdom Hearts 3 on top of that, so you get the entirety of the Kingdom Hearts experience for $29.99. That's a steal. Kingdom Hearts 3 is still relatively recent. It's 13 months old, and then you get all of the other games as well. That's excellent. However, it should be noted, you do not get the Kingdom Hearts Remind DLC that just came out. That's a little bit of a bummer, but I guarantee you, Square Enix is going to have the ultimate Kingdom Hearts definitive collection. You're gonna get everything that you could possibly ever want from a Kingdom Hearts experience until we release Kingdom Hearts 4 or whatever the hell we're gonna title that game. Then we'll have the super duper ultimate definitive special collection of Kingdom Hearts with the DLC not included, but then we'll have another collection with the DLC, and I can go on and on. You guys get the idea with Square Enix and re-releases. It's a little comical, however, I get what they're doing. $29.99 for the all-in-one package is great, and I would give that a strong recommendation. Moving on from that, Tales of is a franchise that's in the news these days with Tales of Arise coming up, but Tales of Berseria was a great game that was released a few years ago. Now, the Tales of games before Arise fundamentally were very similar. They were JRPGs that followed similar gameplay and aesthetic styles. The gameplay in Berseria is really strong. The visuals are pretty good. However, what stands a Tales of game apart from one another is the storytelling, is the characters, and Berseria is incredibly strong in that regard. It's got one of the more compelling main characters out of a Tales of game, and the story is really good, and the entire cast of characters is really well developed all together. So from that standpoint, I would say Berseria is a little bit stronger than the other Tales of games. Definitely better than Zestiria, which was the other Tales of game that released earlier this generation. $14.99 for Berseria is a great buy, and I definitely check that out. Next up, Valkyria Chronicles Remastered and the Valkyria Chronicles 4 bundle is 55% off for $17.99. Quite possibly one of the best deals in this entire sale. VC1 and VC4 are both very good, and these are very good gateway JRPGs because they don't have a lot of your Japanese tropes. Yeah, they've got a little bit bit here and there, but if you go into it, you can expect a very emotionally moving war story that I think is compelling for just about anybody, even if you're not the biggest fan of Japanese games. Valkyria Chronicles 1, however, it should be noted that the game is relatively challenging. They don't have difficulty options. That is remedied in Valkyria Chronicles 4, where you can choose to play the game at an easier difficulty if you so desire. Even at easy, VC4 does pose some challenges here and there, but it's a relatively fluid experience if you do play it on the easy difficulty. VC1, again, it's going to offer you a little bit of challenges, but both of the games have excellent storytelling, great art styles that are going to age really well, and VC1 was a game that released, what, 12 years ago at this point, and it still holds up really, really strongly. This bundle for $18, definitely recommended. Lastly, I do want to give a shout to Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus, which is 80% off for $12. Tokyo Xanadu, in a lot of people's eyes, is compared to a poor man's Persona. I don't want to say it's a bad game, because a poor man's Persona is actually excellent. Persona 5 is considered to be one of the greatest JRPGs of all time, if not the greatest. So a poor man's version of that is still pretty good. Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus is a well-developed JRPG, and it has a lot of those elements of quirky storytelling that the Persona games are known for. Not quite as fleshed out, but for $12, still very much a JRPG worth playing. And if you enjoyed Persona and you want more gameplay like that, this is one that'll definitely be up your alley, especially at this price point. And that's going to conclude this video, again, with a lot of great deals on the PlayStation Store right now. There's a lot of stuff to cover, and we'll definitely be bringing you guys more coverage, as there's a lot of other deals that I haven't even mentioned, even in the Japanese sale, and then you do have the Essential sale as well. So a lot of good stuff, and Sony seems to really be killing it right now with these sales. That's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.